In this video, we're going to show you how to install your soap and fabric softener dispenser in your front load washer. So the first step you're going to want to do to install your new dispenser housing is, of course, you're going to have the dispenser drawer out of it and you're going to have the top removed. So the first connection you want to make is that large hose that comes from the bottom. It goes onto the base. So you'll just want to get that in place. So when you go to make that connection, you'll just want to keep in mind that you don't want to have that hose kinked. So you'll want to make sure you get it in place. So I usually put the dispenser housing into the general position. I'll just slide that hose on and then bring it back up and out so I can see it to get my clamp on. This clamp is nice and easy to work with. You can basically squeeze it with your fingers. Some manufacturers will have a kind of a clamp that you may need a screwdriver or a socket in order to release the tension, or a heavy pair of pliers. But this one you can just do by hand. Just give it a squeeze, slide it up into place. Now you can just bring your dispenser into its location, insert it into the opening in the front. This one was held in place by 2 Phillips screws. We'll want to put those in. Yours may have just 1 screw, it may have 3, a couple in the front, maybe possibly 1 back in the side. Some models even actually have a screw that comes in from where the front dispenser is. So you'll want to check and see if there was 1 there, and if there is, make sure you install that screw. So with our dispenser now in place, we'll want to reattach the hoses that go to the back. Now, some dispensers will have etched into the top a diagram of what hose goes where from which valve. If yours doesn't, or it's too hard to read, possibly when in an ideal situation when you would have taken it apart, you would have marked which hose goes where. You can kind of get a sense of just picking the hoses up and seeing how they lay, which one just naturally drops to where. In this case, we would have marked ours. So we've got 3 dots on this clamp, so it would go to the pin, the pipe location with the 3 dots. So just slide the hose on all the way in so it's secure. My next hose is one with 2 dots. That's what I have on my clamp. So this is the hose that fits. Push that on. Last but not least, it's this hose. Push it on, and now you're able to take your pliers and just bring your clamps up into place. This machine also had that 1 hose coming from the front boot, or door gasket, whichever way you like to call it. So you just want to slip that back into where it was retained. Yours may not have that, but if it does, just make sure you get it back in place. So with all that done, now we just need to put our top back on. This machine, as in most front loads, the top just drops in place and then slides forward so that the front lip goes up against where the lip of the console is. And this one's retained by 2 screws in the back. They're just 2 Phillips screws. Your machine may take 3 screws or 4 screws, or possibly just the 2 with a couple of plastic brackets. Whichever way yours was secured, that's the way you'll want to put it back. So with the top on, now it's just a matter of reinstalling your dispenser drawer into your machine. And you slide it back into your machine, and you're ready to go.